This is a big painting, isn't it? It's not a little painting, it's a big painting. It's on a wall. It's called a mural. Tom Lea did murals for public buildings so that when people would go in those buildings, this is a courthouse, they could see something about their history and the people that made their place there on the wall. It built pride. We see here, what kind of mountains are there? Are they covered with trees?
Dry.
They're a dry desert mountain like ours. They aren't like ours, they are ours. There in the middle we have Mount Franklin. We have the Juarez Mountains. Here you'll see evidence of the Rio Grande, which divides Mexico and the United States right here. And then over here are the Hueco Mountains, dry desert mountains. And then these are the people who made up our history, either passing through El Paso, which means the pass. They were passing through across the river on their way to New Mexico, or some of them settled here. Do you see a building on this side? Mm-hmm. And what's it say? You just see a few of the words, but if you could read the whole thing, it says general merchandise, the first stores. And this is a sheriff there. This is civilization when we began building stores and houses and making El Paso come to life with commerce. These are other types of people who pass through. What kinds do you see here?
Indians.
You see an Indian? These are Apache Indians. There were many Apaches in this area, and they studied the land.
I see some horses in the back.
Right. And the Indians would ride Appaloosas. They bred them, and they rode without any saddle at all, as if they were part of the horse. We have a soldier here with a flag on a horse. Mm-hmm. This man, you don't know, he has different kinds of shoes on. He's a postal worker. Before the railroad came, they delivered the mail. What other kinds of people do you see? Is that a Spanish conquistador?
It looks like a guard.
The Spanish conquistador who came back a long time ago, hundreds of years ago, about 500 years ago, initially in Mexico, and eventually made their way up through El Paso. Called El Paso because there was a way to pass across the Rio Grande. Yes.
I can see a snake right there.
Yeah, and there's a snake. That's one reason why the conquistador may have those big jackboots on, and why the Indians have leggings that cover up to their knees so that they don't get bitten by those snakes or pricked by the prickly plants, by the cacti. We're kind of a dry, prickly place, aren't we? We also have a vaquero, a Mexican cowboy. They raised horses and ranched in Mexico. A Franciscan, they started the first church here, and were also miners. But on this side, there is a miner, isn't there? And you can tell by what's in his hand.
Pick?
A pick. They came through here, the earliest Spaniards looking for gold. They found a little bit around here and some silver and other kinds of ores.
I can see a donkey with the miner.
You see a donkey. He'd be his pack animal, wouldn't he? He'd have to put his oars and things on the back of something. So that would be a donkey. You're right. Good, and notice all the shadows on the mountains too, and the way they change colors just like we experience them. It's an interesting picture, isn't it? It makes you be proud to be from a place with such interesting, diverse characters.
Hi, my name's Leslie, and I play the violin.
And my name is Michael, and I play the cello.
And we're both members of the El Paso Symphony Orchestra. Today we're really excited because we get to share some music with you and help relate it to all of these wonderful Tom Lea paintings and murals. And the first mural that I would like to talk about is the Pass of the North. This mural is really beautiful. It has some interesting features to it. These settlers were coming in through the Pass of the North, traveling through the Franklin Mountains, crossing the Rio Grande, to eventually settle in the greater El Paso borderland region. And in the picture, the mural, you will see that there are many different kinds of people. There are some farmers, there are some workers, there are also some Native Americans in it. And so they're all coming together and blending their cultures in this region, in this new world. So we thought it'd be really nice to play a segment from Dvořák's New World Symphony. Music can create a mood or a feeling, so I want you to listen for the pizzicato, which means to pluck with your fingers rather than play with the bow. That happens in the cello part, and it helps create a mood and a feeling. Think about how these notes make you feel when you look at the painting.